Coming up on Mountain News this morning, mass shootings continue to plague America and its college campuses. And the St. Vincent Mission received a grant for all its work throughout the flood recovery.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We're coming up on 5 a.m. on Thursday, December 7th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. Good morning, Brandon. I'm sorry I haven't texted you back yet.
It's okay. It's okay. I understand. It's all right. But good morning to you,
Brandon and I
Olivia,
always, we try to keep in touch in the mornings whenever we're not actually together, so.
You know, you gotta have the lines of communication open. You know how that goes. But it should be a fairly nice day today, Olivia. We're going to be seeing lots of sunshine today. A little chilly this morning, but overall we are dry. Everything from yesterday has moved out, and we are in good shape. Let's take a look across the region this morning, and you see from the WYMT studios to Moorhead to London Corbin to Jenkins, everybody looking okay to start the day. Temperatures, again, a little cooler than expected, right there in the upper 20s in some locations. Of course, Clintwood and Jonesville, two of the coldest spots in the region. Southwest Virginia is always a little colder. 32 right now at Jackson, so that's basically where we try to forecast for. We forecasted 30 there, but again, just a wide range of temperatures out there to start your day. The out-the-door forecast is going to feature mainly sunny skies, a little bit of a chill this morning. Get outside and do something. We're going to be several degrees above average, topping out right around 54 this afternoon. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Brandon. Mass shootings are trending down since 2021, but it turns out the number of shootings on college campuses are going in the opposite direction. That's according to the director of the Gun Violence Archive. Grayson Passmore spoke with him yesterday.
I know way too many people who are survivors.
Mark Bryant runs the Gun Violence Archive in Lexington, but this week he's in Washington, D.C. for the National Gun Violence Prevention Conference. Bryant was also attending the annual vigil for gun violence victims at St. Mark's this very evening, just hours after another shooting on a college campus. A tragic juxtaposition Bryant can't help but notice.
It's a couple of hours of just people kind of getting together and resetting themselves and then bracing themselves for another year.
As survivors and families gather, Bryant is beginning to put together his year-end report on gun violence in the U.S. He says there were 690 mass shootings in 2021, 645 last year, and we're now sitting at 630 for this year so far.
We're going back to the pre-COVID trend lines. And that's a good thing.
But the number of incidents where someone is either shot or killed on a college campus are trending in the opposite direction. And Bryant says he can't tell you why.
In college shootings in 2022, we had 35 that had injuries or death, and we're at 40 now.
And after Wednesday's shooting, more families will be added to the growing list of victims.
That causes them problems forever. So, we have to look at in the future how we address that, and we don't right now.
In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WYMT Mountain News.
Also out of D.C. yesterday, Senate Republicans blocked efforts by Senate Democrats to pass an assault weapons ban and universal background checks legislation. The Logan County, West Virginia Sheriff's Office is receiving nearly $600,000 from the COPS hiring program. The funding will allow the department to continue providing school resource officers to 3 middle schools in the county during the next 3 years. The school resource officer program was started in 2015 and has grown from 1 officer to 6 since then. A grant awarded in Floyd County yesterday is all about building for the rebuilders. St. Vincent Mission received a grant from the Kentucky Association of Health Plans, funding a new build that will create a warehouse to hold materials and to keep all the mission's equipment on site. KAHP officials say it was an easy selection for the grant because they saw the mission in action with flood relief efforts.
Having had a chance to come down here and meet with Erin and her folks, we really saw something that we thought was special. So we worked with them. They submitted a new grant offering, and so we're here today to provide them a check for $50,000.
The new building will free up space to allow the mission to do more from its David campus. Davidson Baptist Church in Perry County is bringing back a tradition this Christmas. The church does a drive-through nativity scene. The pastor says their church was flooded in July 2022, and many of their props for the nativity scene were lost or ruined. He says their recreation of Jesus' birthday is a special time.
As time has changed, the Christmas story is really not being proclaimed very loudly. With so many TV shows and everything else that talks about Christmas being about love or by giving or by Santa Claus, we want to make sure people understand the real meaning of Christmas.
The drive-through nativity scene at Davidson Baptist will run today, Friday, and Saturday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. and is free for anyone who wants to drive through. Christmas in a small town kicks off today at the Triangle Park in Hazard. It includes activities for everyone to enjoy, such as ice skating, cookie and ornament decorating, vendors, and more for the 3-day event. One of the event organizers, Janet Smith, says they look forward to doing this each year, trying to make the holidays special for the people of Hazard and Perry County.
It's just seeing all the smiles on the kids' faces. They all enjoy it so much. And the ice rink, so many of these kids would never have the opportunity to go ice skating if we didn't have our own little ice rink here in Hazard. So that just brings smiles to all of our faces.
And again, Christmas in a small town starts today with hours from 5 to 8 p.m. for both Thursday and Friday, and 2 to 8 on Saturday. We have a link to the event times for each day on WYMT.com and the WYMT News app. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we return, Kevin McCarthy announced he would not seek re-election and plans to leave office at the end of the year.
A calm couple of days as we see high pressure continue all the way through the rest of the work and school week, but the weekend, that could be a different story. I'll track it out for you in about 3 minutes.